Hey everyone, today I wanted to discuss some of the best quality of life mods out there for Baldur's Gate 3 in 2025, which will really enhance your experience if you're looking to do a playthrough with some changes that don't drastically change the game. With the addition of the Baldur's Gate 3 official mod manager, I understand a lot of you would be installing mods directly from there, and some of these mods in this video are available there, but the majority will require you to download mods from Nexus, all of which are in the description. Anyway, let's get right into it. The first mod on this list is quite a self-explanatory one, and it is the ImpUI or the Improved UI mod. The mod does exactly what it sounds like. It works to make minor changes to the game's overall user interface in order to improve the usability and ease of access of it, as well as opening up the gateway for some other mods, of which I'll discuss later in the video. This is not a mod you'll drastically notice while playing your game or making a difference in your playthrough, and it's kind of hard to point out any significant changes with the mod, but it's little changes such as removing annoying in-game warnings and just enhancing the overall scope of character creator options that makes it a must in my opinion. If you had any problems with some of the little aspects of the game's user interface, this mod is definitely one for you. Now, the second mod on this list is the Better Inventory UI mod. This mod also does exactly what it sounds like, making the overall inventory system much easier to read and organize to your liking, making a cluttered inventory much easier to work with. One of the most significant parts of this mod is the fact that it makes all items that were undistinguishable from each other or from trash items have a mini icon that fits their purpose. It does this for a variety of items in the game, from clothing to lockpicks, shovels, and whatnot. All of this is quite minor in scope, but when you add up this mod with some of the other mods created by this user, such as the Better Tooltips mod or the Better Target Info mod, this mod really feels like an enhancement of the game's entire UI system, especially when paired with the improved UI mod from earlier. The next mod on our list is the BagsBagsBags mod. This mod is one of my favorites as well, doing something so simple yet so useful for inventory management and just organizing everything you can carry with you throughout the game. The mod adds 21 new containers to allow you to better organize your inventory, with these containers easily obtainable by simply going to some select vendors in all 3 acts of the game and purchasing any of the containers directly from them. I found this one extremely useful in my second playthrough, with all the bags tailored to something specific, such as one for potions or one for armor or one for weapons, etc. Having a specific bag for different types of items really allows you to take hold of your inventory management and organize it into something that is actually usable and understandable, especially late into the game when you have so many items with you at all times. Now, this next mod is one that some players may consider cheating the game's systems or just unfair, but for me personally, I've always hated the weight limit capacity on any game, and it really doesn't add to the immersion for me or any aspect of the game. Although the name of this mod might suggest that it only does a substantial increase in the weight capacity of your character, there's actually many variations of it, ranging from just a minor 1.5 times increase to a times 900 increase. I'm personally using a 10 times increase, and this is already way more than enough. The reason I personally like this mod a lot is because I found it really annoying to keep sending items back to camp or to another companion's inventory just for me to sell it off later anyway, and I overall just found the weight limit capacity just a really annoying aspect of the game, but I know this isn't something everyone has a problem with. This mod is also a great one, and it's called Inspirations Uncapped, but it's also something that isn't for everyone. I wouldn't exactly recommend this one for a first playthrough, but essentially what this mod does is that it allows you to roll multiple times using inspiration. I don't know if I've installed the mod wrong, but this has only given me a few more inspiration than I actually have in the game, which allows me to succeed my persuasion and whatever else rolls. I think it's supposed to give you unlimited rolls, but I am unsure about that. Anyway, the mod is a great one for subsequent playthroughs and takes away the annoying hassle of needing to quick load into a previous save because you failed a really important check. But as I said before, this definitely isn't for everyone, and some people might think it may take away from the overall intensity and emotion of the game, which is a fair point. Now, this next mod is called Camp Event Notifications, and I'm not currently using this one in my current playthrough, but it's a great quality of life mod that essentially does exactly what it sounds like. It adds visual notifications above your playable character to alert you to the fact that you should long rest due to important camp night events or dialogues that are just waiting to play out. I think for many players this is a great one because it can often be hard to track how much you should long rest, especially when you've just been exploring without getting into too much encounters with enemies. This mod can help you make sure that you don't miss out on any of the important and really critical for character development camp events and dialogue, of which add a great level of depth to the game's overall writing and all of the companions in general. Now, out of all the mods in this list, this one is definitely my favorite. The Transmog Enhanced mod essentially allows you to glamour or make any equipable item look like another. In other words, you can make any armor piece or weapon you have look like another piece of armor or weapon while still equipping that new piece that you just got. I find this extremely helpful, as oftentimes I find weapons or armor that just doesn't look all that great or not as good as the one that I'm currently wearing. And so being able to essentially get the look of a particular piece of armor or a weapon and then apply it to the new weapons and armor pieces that I'm getting allows me to get the best of both worlds. It also does work for modded armor pieces and weapons if that is of interest to you as well, and it's definitely a mod I can't see myself playing without anymore. Closing off this list, the WASD character movement mod is not one that I personally use, but I definitely see the appeal in this mod. I did my first playthrough on PS5, and so when I started playing the game on PC, it took me a little while to get used to the fact that I had to click around in order to move around. And although I did adjust, this mod is definitely great if you want a more traditional movement scheme. The mod essentially does what it sounds like. It allows you to move your character with the usual WASD keys used in most games, bounding the movement of your character to the same keys as the camera movement, making a fluid and natural way of movement in the game. Well, that's all the quality of life mods I've got for you all today. I hope at least one of these mods has piqued your interest for your next playthrough, as they really all are great in enhancing that vanilla experience and not really changing anything drastic about the game itself. If you want more mod videos in the same vein as this one and more Baldur's Gate 3 and RPG content, please consider subbing to the channel for more content like this, as I'd much appreciate it. Anyway, that's all from me for today. I hope you all did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.